Okay, Dash Show Rose here, back with another video. This time I'm gonna be reviewing Married to Money, a season 9B episode. This is one of of season 9B's episodes. Season 9B is different than season 9A. The animation's a bit brighter and the characters have more expressive faces in the later seasons of season 9B and onward. I'm not sure why they had to go with giving characters more expressive faces. But anywho, let's dive into Married to Money. Okay, we're in the episode now, and you can see the Sea Bears return. The Sea Bears return from the camping episode from season 3. That's a pretty cool reference to an older episode. I also forgot to mention about the title theme. It's actually pretty catchy. I really like it. I wish the theme would have appeared more often. But sadly, I think this is the only episode it appears in. But it appears a few times throughout this entire episode. But anywho, this is another imitation Crabs ripoff, basically, is what people would call it. Now, unlike season 7, season 9, they only do this, I think, once. So I'm fine with them doing this once, but when they do it like several times throughout a season, like season 7, it can get kind of old. But yeah, basically, Plankton, disguises himself as Kashina so he can steal the formula. Now, that's the problem with this episode. Yeah, I'm gonna get right into this. This episode is bad. Like, it is bad. But it's not terribly bad like previous bad episodes I've been talking about. But it is a bad episode. And I'm gonna explain why here. For one, I don't mind Kashina. I wouldn't mind her as much dating, Mr. Krabs. Only the problem is, here's the problem with her dating Plankton is disguising himself as her. Once the episode reveals it, it's kind of a middle finger to the audience. But I'll show you what Kashina looks like. Here's what she looks like. But that's what Kashina looks like. She looks like this. And again, the problem is, I'd rather it be like this. I'd rather that Plankton may be paying her to scam Mr. Krabs, rather than it being a robotic replica of a character. Because that's my problem. Once you see it's Plankton, it doesn't feel as good, because Mr. Krabs is basically I'd rather it be like this. I'd rather it be that at first she's scamming Mr. Krabs because she's being paid by Plankton to help him steal the formula, and then she eventually falls in love with him. But no, it's a whole scheme of Plankton disguising himself as Kashina, and I really hate that. However, what I do like about this episode, I love how a lot of the music from the first 5 seasons returns here too. I really do like that. I like that a lot. I like hearing the class. There's this one music that plays and Gary takes a bath when SpongeBob is on top of a tree telling Gary to, I guess, give him back the ladder. I don't know, that theme song, I don't know the name of it, but it's pretty catchy too. But I like the music in this episode. It's really good. But I do not like how they have, Plankton. Like I'm not mad because this is a ripoff of imitation crabs. I don't mind that. What I do mind though is the way they handled it. Like they could have handled it a bit better. But no, like I said, they have Plankton disguise instead of Kashina being a real character. It's actually Plankton in disguise, and that really, really hurts the episode. And apparently they do get married. They get married, and I guess Mrs. Puff is at the wedding and stuff. Even though that's Mrs. Puff. Mrs. Puff is Mr. Krabs' girlfriend, I guess. Because like they may have forgot about that for a long time, kind of like they forgot about Squilliam, Squidward's arch nemesis. But they brought it up in Summer Jobs, which is another like abysmal episode, worse than this one, way worse than this one. But basically my point is they referenced it in that episode. You think that Mrs. Puff would reference it here too, and she's in the episode. But no, they didn't do that. She's more of in the background. However, there's something else worth noting. That Mr. Krabs is with Pearl. That he's with Pearl, and he's talking about he may have found her a new mom. So is that referring that Mr. Krabs actually was married to someone else before? Like that's really interesting, actually. Now you could say Steven Hilberg didn't want that, but Steven Hilberg came back in season 9B. That's why that people separated from season 9A, because not only the season's a lot longer than others, but Steven Hilberg comes back in in season 9B. So maybe Steven Hilberg was like, if SpongeBob's gonna go on for a long time, we might as well add more to the story of Pearl's mom. So maybe something happened to Pearl's mom. I don't know. I really don't know. They don't really go into it too much, but they do talk about it, like hint at it, that Pearl actually had a mom originally. But speaking of Pearl is very unlikable in this episode. She's a brat. Like she acts like a brat. Every time Kashina, aka Plankton, will compliments her looks, she freaking bitches about it. Like he talks about her shoes, she bitches about it being fucking barnacles. And then then a Kashina, aka Plankton, I don't know if you want to call her a he or a she because it's technically Plankton, but they think it's a girl, so I'll call it a she. But Kashina, she's pointing out how Pearl's looks, and Pearl's just fucking bitching about her looks, and it's fucking annoying. Like, it pisses me off. It really does. Pearl's not really one of my favorite characters in the show, even the earlier seasons, and Bossy Boots and stuff, she can be a little bit bland and boring. But apparently she's Steven Hilberg's favorite character, so I guess there's that. But anywho, now let's talk about the very ending. The ending is so bad. But here we go. Okay, well, the ending, I'm going to talk about the ending now. This ending is so depressing for Mr. Krabs. I know Mr. Krabs is technically my least favorite character. And like I stated in season 1 when I was talking about some episodes, like how he used to be very good, and then later in the pre-movie era, they started making him greedy and more of a selfish dick. Well, here, all he wants is love, and fucking Plankton is just a jackass and literally screws him over. So not only Mr. Krabs has to lose his girlfriend and Plankton walks out, but he has to pay the waiter too at this hotel. So it's really just it's upsetting. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. I don't like this at all. I mean, you're normally supposed to feel nothing with Mr. Krabs, but here he's actually in this episode. He's actually likable. He's likable in this episode, and you got him falling in love with someone only for him to find out it's Plankton. Because whoop-de-doo, everyone knew it was Plankton because the episode revealed it. Instead of it being an actual real character, it has to be a robot controlled by Plankton, you know. And then Plankton walks out, and Mr. Krabs is the one who has to pay. So I feel bad. You know, I'm gonna have to go ahead and give my score on this episode too. Well, let's see. What kind of score should I give it? Let's see here. Let's see. I'm gonna give it 34 points. That's right. 34 points. You know, this would honestly get a pass and be a meh if it weren't for the ending. That's right, the ending is what hurts the episode. It makes it not rewatchable. I mean, yeah, it pisses people off that it reveals that it's Plankton in disguise instead of it being a real character. But what really hurts the episode for me is the ending. Mr. Krabs did not deserve it. Maybe if they had Plankton pay instead of Mr. Krabs, then maybe it would count. Like I would give it a pass. But since that ending happened in the way it did, making Mr. Krabs pay and have a heartbroken, like that's what hurts the episode. So yeah, it's getting 34 points. Anywho, I think that's probably it. Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and please comment down below and tell me what you guys think of Married the Money. If you guys like this episode, that's great. Again, it's just my personal opinion. I mean, we all can't have the same opinion, otherwise the world would be in a weird place. Anywho, Dash Rose out.